I hold my testimonies to myself because a lot of times when I get speaking, I don't know when to quit. But I thank God that He takes care of my cares. He takes care of my worries, He takes care of my wants, and He does it in His time, in His way, because He loves me. We don't always see His hand at work in us, but we always know He's there, and He's taking care of them regardless of what we see. We just know He's there. Debbie, play the song, please. I've sung it before, and I like it. It's a really good song. When I think of how He came so far from glory, came and dwelt among the lowly, such as I, to suffer shame and such disgrace. On Mount Calvary take my place. Then I ask myself this question: who am I? When I'm reminded of His word, I'll leave you never. Just be true, and I'll give to you love forever and ever. I don't know what I could have done to deserve God's only Son, to fight my battles until I'm won. For who am I? Who am I that a king would bleed and die for? Who am I that He would pray, not my will, thine for? The answer I may never know, why He ever loved me so, that to an old rugged cross He'd go. For who am I? And that's the thing, He went to the cross for us. He rose for us. And He lives for us today. And He will take care of every need, every want that we have, as long as it's in His will, as long as we trust Him and we're true to Him.
That question, are all hearts clear? You want me to turn it on? So they can hear me. My voice is not very loud this morning. Turn to Matthew 25. I know that you know the Bible real well. You know what that consists of, what it starts out with. Starts out by the 10 virgins. story, chapter 25, verse 1. Then the kingdom of heaven shall be likened unto 10 virgins who took their lamps and went out in to meet the bridegroom. Okay? I'll stop right there for just a moment and do this. All of you know what a virgin is. When you say virgin, you automatically think of a woman. Well, the Lord is speaking to me, and He says, when I'm talking to you tonight, I'm talking to you about a virgin. I'm talking about the church. The church is my virgin, my wife. The church is my bride. And that's what I'm talking about. And that's what, so tonight, today when I'm talking to you, when I'm talking about a virgin, I'm talking to you because you're the virgin. You're the church. Not this building. It'll decay one of these days and fall away. But if you're a Christian, you won't have to worry about that, will you? Thanks. Of course, it says this, and as we look at this to start with, the parable of them gives, it says, it goes on and tells us that there were 5 that were wise and 5 were foolish. Let me talk about the 5 that was wise for just a moment. These I feel, and the way he explained it to me in my dream and stuff, that they had taken, after they had got saved, they had the Spirit of God, and they wanted Christ more than they wanted anything else in the world. And so they jumped on board with all they had. They let their feet do the walking, they let their hands do what needed to be, and they let their voice do the talking. And they went around witnessing, doing good deeds, helping the people out, showing people how to live a Christ life. And I just wonder today in our life as saints, and I want to say this, and I keep coming back into my mind, and I want to say it, and then maybe it won't bother you. One of the problems with churches today is they are shutting their doors down on Wednesday night and Sunday night, and that is giving the Christian people more time for the old world. Go out and enjoy things of the world, and then when Sunday that morning rolls around, they feel like, well, do I need to go to church? But another way that you look at it, I know how I feel. It'd be the same way that you feel. If you got up this morning, you ate breakfast, and you forgot about breakfast till next Sunday morning, how would you feel? You forgot about eating till next Sunday morning, next Sunday, how would you feel? You'd get pretty weak, wouldn't you? You'd get pretty hungry. And this is the way people are left out of church and they need that hunger, they need that thirst of the righteousness. They need God in their heart and their life. They need to hear the word more often. They're not going to some people do, but I said most of those people are not going to sit down and read their Bible. Oh, they got time on their hands, they're going to go out, run around, and do other things. How sad it is today that people do that. Let me say something else too. I'm not trying to tramp on your toes this morning, but if I do say something that kind of comes to your mind, just feel that little tap on your shoulder. That won't be me. No, I don't think so. It might be before it's over with. It's hard to tell where I'll be before it's over with. But it'll be God talking to you, trying to bring to your mind. I really, and I'm saying I'm not going to apologize either. That I can understand how one service a week you can survive on. Because you can't survive on one meal a week. You can't survive on one meal of the Lord's Word a week. And another reason I'm saying this is it says in His Word, fail not to assemble yourselves together as we ought to, especially in the end days, the days that we're in today. It's troubled times, people. People need help. There are a lot of things. Remember what he said in his word in verse 35, I think it is. I think that's the right verse. I'm not sure. I was hungry and you gave me food. I was thirsty and you gave me a drink. I was a stranger and you took me in. I was naked and you clothed me. I was sick and you visited me. I was in prison and you come to me. Today I wonder, we have that kind of attitude, or do we look like some of the other people do unto others, we have others do unto us? How tragic it is. Even though the story goes on and talks about the 5 foolish, I believe that they was started off right, according to what way I believe the Bible said. All 10 of them started off right. They got saved, got their lamps lit. The 5 that were wise went out and done deeds to get oil for their lamps. The Bible says we have to work and keep our salvation. We have to work and keep it up. And I believe he went out and done different things to get their new oil put into a vessel that can be used. And when the five foolish got saved, they thought, so many of them felt like, I can just sit back and relax, take it easy. I'm saved now. I don't have to worry about it. I'll always be saved, some people think. You know, I can make it to heaven. But if you read on down through there how it talked about there, when the bridegroom, the call went out, the bridegroom was a coming,